Hello everybody, welcome to IT Skills channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the SC200. The SC200 is a certification for Microsoft Security Operation Analyst. And in this video, we're going to look at the Lab 1 Exercise 2, which is going to be focusing on mitigating attack with Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. The whole purpose of this lab is for us to assume that we are a security operation analyst working for a company. A company could be your dream company, it could be any company. That is basically what we're going to do is that we're going to implement Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. We're going to manage to onboard few devices, and then we're going to also try to explore the Defender for Endpoint attack mitigation capabilities. And we're going to verify the device onboarding and the alerts are set up properly. Number one thing is that we don't have unlimited devices to play around with, so we're going to need to verify that. So to get started, we have to go to security.microsoft.com, which we're already here. And then here, we can click on where it says Assets and Devices. And we have a device over here right now, Win1. It's really easy. It's running Windows 10. And from this point on, we can go ahead and actually do something called detection test. We know we onboarded the device, and the device is a clean slate device, is the one I'm using right now. And if you wanted to run that, we will come over here to scroll down to all the way to settings, endpoint. We can scroll down to where it says onboarding, but instead of actually onboarding, because the device is already onboarded, we can copy this PowerShell script or command, and we're gonna try to basically inject the device with a potential issue. In this case, it's gonna be something that the device will get flagged for. So we're gonna go to PowerShell, run as administrator. Yes, we're gonna paste this in, and we're gonna hit enter. Once we enter, he's gonna close the PowerShell. And so once we hit enter, it's gonna close this one. So we're gonna hit enter. There you go, you closed it. So by doing that, we literally just inject the device with a add, code in this case, and it should start to detect that. So to get that device to detect, what we can do now is we can simply now go ahead and click on alerts and incidents and see what's going on with the device. So we can scroll up, alerts and incidents, and click on incident or alerts in this case. We're going to see that we have suspicious going on with the device. So we have this one. This is the test one. Again, this is all test stuff. So command line, PowerShell, we're running something and it doesn't like it. So the detection source is from that, the Microsoft Defender for Endpoint agent we installed earlier. So we can click in here, for example, it tells us more detail about it. We were running a PowerShell and this is the code where we ran, and overall it's not happy with it. It's a medium alert, but it's still not happy with it. So a suspicious PowerShell activity was observed on the machine. This behavior may indicate the PowerShell was used during installation, exploration, or in some cases in the lateral movement activities which are used by attackers to invoke modules, download external payload, or get more information about the system. Attacker usually uses PowerShell to bypass security protection mechanism by executing their payload in memory without touching the disk and leaving any trace. So this is dangerous, obviously. And even though we in this case we're control simulated, it's still dangerous. So that's why we got the flag, and we now can take an action on this. So then we can take an action on that. But before we do that, we need to go back and actually, so we need to click on the other alert. So there's two alerts. The other alert is this is one of them. If we go back to alerts again, this is the second one we have. And this one is the classify, improve accuracy to get more information. Again, it's just telling us a PowerShell. If we click on here, we get the same type of thing. But ultimately, this is the whole PowerShell script that was run. It tells us here. So everything is all checking out right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on incidents. Click on incident. We're going to now look for, this is the incident we have. So we're going to click on this incident, execution. And then from this point on, we're going to click on, this is the incident basically. We have an admin running on this device. This is the host, the local host. That's the process it ran. You can click on that. It will tell you, view the process. It will tell you the two processes went from PowerShell and from command line. It will also tell you that, the IP details. You can see the IP here. So this is basically the all summary of it. So it's telling us what's going on with it. And we now can click on this one too. It gives you also the same lateral movement. So now what we need to do is we're going to need to click on where it says manage engine. incident, sorry. Manage incident, not engine. Okay, click on manage incident. On the manage incident, we're gonna create something called new. We're gonna need to go ahead and actually on the incident tag, we're gonna click on. So we can assign it to people. We can actually say resolved. We can set a classification, but we need to do something else first. So on the incident tags, we need to add a tag for the incident. We're gonna call this one. We're gonna create a new tag and then we're gonna assign it to ourselves. So let's call it in this case simulation. So we're simulating this right now. So just a simulation. It's set to medium still. That's fine. We're gonna assign it to ourselves. This is our admin. Assign it to me, and then we're gonna leave the classification as and set it to information and security. And here we're gonna set it to security testing. So therefore, now we got our incident. We need to name the incident, and it's actually execution incident on one endpoint. That's fine. The name is fine. We're gonna keep as it is. Now that we did this, we're gonna hit save. So incident updated successfully. Okay, now that we did this, so the reason we want to simulate the attack is because simulating the attack is one of the ways to learn through the practice and also perform attack on the like instruction provided for the lab. In this case, we were trying to make sure that we provide ways to learn this and not do this in real world yet because we want to be good at this. So now let's go ahead and refresh this. We still got our alert and we got our assets, which is the Windows 10, and then we have our manage incident. We already managing it. You can see it's assigned to us. It's active. The next thing we need to do is actually go back and run a PowerShell script. So we will go ahead. We're gonna try to simulate an attack because we want to make sure that we show this machine is getting attacked real time. So we're gonna try to control that. So open PowerShell, and as administrator, we're gonna go full screen, and we're gonna go ahead copy this text over here in the PowerShell. The net security, setting the TLS to 1.2 instead of 1.0, and then we're gonna run this script, the whole script. All the script is going to do is gonna go ahead and basically it's a malicious script. It's gonna inject something into the device, and I can put it in the description if needed be, but we're gonna go ahead now run this, and it should basically try to give it some type of user command, user control prompt, and so we're gonna hit yes, and if you get a UAC prompt, we're gonna hit yes. So we're gonna hit enter. Hold on, I did not do it, so let's hit enter now. So I missed one line. All right, let's come over here to see. Yeah, let's clear this one more time. And we're gonna go ahead and paste this in. So I removed the extra things, but now we have it. We're gonna hit enter. We wait. Now the script is running. We're gonna wait for it to see what it's gonna do for us. It should eventually prompt for us to run the UAC prompt. So here it is. It's telling us, hi, a shellcode was just injected into this process. If your OS is 1809 or higher, then keep this window open to see the WDAPT auto AR in action. Otherwise, feel free to close it. So we're gonna keep this. In this case, so it's here is trying to do something. So my Windows is actually higher, so we can see you can keep the screen. So it says it's failed to resolve the domain controller in this domain. So running the script, we now can see that it showed that it failed to resolve the domain controller in the domain, and we see the notepad came up. We were able to simulate the attack. It showed that it's injected our process in here, and now we can actually do the same thing on any device if we want to. But this is one of the ways to make this simulation easier. And yeah, so let's close this now. Now if we go scroll down or go minimize this, we're gonna go back to incidents again. So let's refresh it on the incidents. Incidents is actually coming up right now. It's taking a second. So on the incidents and alerts, we're gonna click on incidents. So it's not showing up yet, but once it shows up our new incident, we should see it will say, actually it is showing up here. It's a multi-stage incident involving defense evasion. That's what we wanted to see. Our new incident is showing up, and you can see now we're getting a different source of IP now. So this is the IP, and if we do IP details, it will tell us ISP is Microsoft, it's fine. is Windows. Device detail is there. And then processes. You can see that it's tried to do a lot of crazy things. And says, here's one of the things is unsuspected behavior observed by the process with a command line argument, suspicious PowerShell command line. So it tells you all those things that so you can feel good about yourself and you also can remediate this as soon as possible. So in the incident, we can also do incident graph. This is the incident graph. It's telling us everything else. And overall, this looks very intuitive. It's no longer just telling us, hey, do this. It's actually giving us a little bit more to chew from. And it's really good. Overall, it's really good. You can see it has a couple either items here. Unexpected argument, But yeah, this is all the multi-stage incident. And we got it. We are able to see that. Now on the alert, we're going to go back to alert. On the alert pane, we're going to click here, alerts pane. And we're gonna do what you call select one of the alert. We're gonna select one of the alert. So here we can do something called play the attack story, and it will should be able to play that. So let's come back here on the incident. Let's click on the multi-stage one. That's activity log. That's the playbook. We're gonna click on alerts plane. Okay, so we need to do this, and it's not showing up right now. So let's go to alerts. So we're looking for an option to play the attack story, and I'm gonna get that to you shortly here. All right, so going back to the incident, the next thing is we're gonna play the attack story. So we're gonna click on here, multi-stage. On the multi-stage, we see this is attack story. We're gonna click on where it says play attack story. By doing this, it's gonna show us the story behind the attack. And we can also do like similar groups. You can see here we have notepad executed, what everything it did. So attack story is one of the ways to get this incidents to understand where the pattern is, where it's come from. So now under evidence and response, we're gonna click on here and we're gonna see immediately there's a couple of suspicious going on. We know that we run a bad script. We know that, and we know that he did a lot of things. He opened one Notepad plus Notepad app, and he did a lot of things. So now on the IP addresses section, we're gonna click on the IP address, and then we're gonna click on Open IP address page. This will give us a lot more information of the device ISP, location, the attacker ISP location. And so in this case, we know Microsoft is doing this, and it's a test simulation. So observed in the organization, once that's fine. But if we did not know this IP was legitimate, we'll get more information. So yeah, this is the Microsoft Defender, and this is how we were able to. We first went ahead and attacked the device with a script. After that, we went ahead and this is the script we ran to attack the device. After that, we were able to see the alerts and incidents showing up the new alert. And here, it's actually showed up on the incident as well, multi-stage. And we will see that on the details. We went ahead and we were also able to see play the attack story. Before that, we were able to see asset graph of what's going on. And we were able to basically play the attack story as well. Kind of tells us how it's all coming down together. And so, yeah, ultimately, that's what we did. So, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Stay tuned for more Microsoft SC200 videos and more of security videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Peace.